Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by. I got so involved in my fussy cutting that I'm just coming on now to do my video that I had told you about with my circles. So here's what I've been doing. Here's all my circles. Well, not just circles, but let's take this out. I put that in there during the last video, but we might be able to use it in this video too, but for now I'll take it out. Anyway, I'm glad you're back, and if you did not see my last video, I was just showing people my sewing journal that I'm creating, my little not so little sewing fashion journal. And her name is Genevieve, and she's got a pink cover so far. So what have I been doing? What have I been up to? I've been cutting circles and fussy cutting ephemera. Lots of fussy cutting. Look at all of this. It's all pieces of all things that I've fussy cut today. Well, this isn't even all of it, but it's a lot of it. So I just put it in here, and then I'll sort it out by what it is and put it in my little cupcake container, because these things are just fabulous once you don't have it all out like I do right now, but you can fit your items in there, you know, like a muffin. It's like a muffin tin, just like a muffin tin. And I used to use the vintage muffin tins when I did my videos, but look, they are the best. So if you get muffins at the grocery store, make sure you keep your little muffin things, because they're just great. And when you're working, you can kind of spread things out a little bit, and yeah, it works out really well. So you have everything you need all in one area. So what we're going to do with these is, this is what I've made so far. It's a little, it's got some lace, and you can use these on anything. I've been following Bella on, I think it's Bella's Crafty Corner. Is it Bella's Crafty Corner? I don't remember. Oh my gosh. I know it's Bella's, oh no, that's silly. Yeah, it's Bella's Crafty Studio. I'm sorry, Bella. Anyway, I'm following her, and she's doing a snippet roll. So I've been making these little flowers for my snippet roll, but this one's a little bit big for my snippet roll. This is actually going to probably end up on a journal somewhere, or a tag or something like that. But it's just a few little pieces of lace that I've cut into different size circles, and some fabric. There's a little piece of fabric there just to kind of give it a little bit of stability. And there's a piece of fabric on the back, and then I put a little button on the front with some pink thread. So I've made that. And then you could also just use all fabric. But anyway, so I've been making the lace ones, and I've also been making paper ones, if you can see that. And I've just edged it with a little bit of the gold, stickles. And is that gold? Yeah. You could use gold or silver, or these are the three primary colors I use. There's the, it's like a pearl almost, and then I use the silver and the gold. And I just put, I kind of dab it all along the edge just to give it a little bit of, it gives it a little bit more dimension. See? And I'll show you how to make those. They're so simple yet so pretty. Aren't they pretty? Won't they look nice in a journal? So I made that. And then when I cut my circles from my scraps, I keep these because what I do is I fold it in half so I can, cut at the same time. And then what I do is, and no matter how big or small I cut them, I keep them. Because this is what I end up with. Well, no, this isn't out of a circle. I did make this one, but I put a piece of lace in here, and this is a dried hydrangea from my garden. And then I just put this is just clear packaging, like acetate. And I put, what did I do? I put the lace on some tea stain paper, and then I put the hydrangea here, and then I just glued around it. And then I used some clips, my little clips that I use, which are, I mean, you could use a paper clip too, but I just used my little square clips. So you can make these, but I had a round one in here somewhere that I had put a rose in, so I could show you that. Let's see. Where did that go? Did I already use it in something? Anyway, what you can do is you can put your cellophane in here, and then all you do is, let me just put this here like this. All you do is you put it in, put it in like this, right? And then once you glue, once you glue around your paper, however you're going to put it in there. Actually, you could get two. You could put a flower on this side and a flower on this side. And then you just take and, I'm not going to do this right now. Let me just see here. I do have some, do I have my dried flowers in here? Let me see if I have some in here. I do. Let me just pick some of my dried flowers out of here, and I will show you very quickly what I do. And some, I'll need some packaging too. Hold on one second. I save it all. I don't know if I have any clear piece here. Yes, I do. So this just came from some paper. So what I'll do is I will take and I will cut. I have a lot of pressed flowers, guys. Like, so many dried flowers from like years of saving them, and then all of a sudden, I have a use for them, and it's exciting. So save your packaging. I have a bin to the left of me. It's underneath one of my tables, and I just, whenever I have it, I just keep it right in the bin so that I have it. And here it is. Oh no. Okay, so this is what I did. I don't actually have to do it, but I'll show you how I did it. So what I did was I had punched this color, which is this, and then I just put one of my little yellow rose petals in there with a little piece of greenery. That doesn't look, it's kind of wonky. Doesn't look like I cut that very well. There we go. And I think I'll just leave it like that. So anyway, that's all you do. And you can see the flower on the other side. So let me just show you how we do that. It's so simple. So I would just take this like this, right? And then, well, no, that's not going to work. Let me just cut this black off. It figures I took something that had like a lot of black on it, or, you know, a color. But I knew I'd find some clear on this. It's pretty hefty piece, so of acetate. I didn't want to waste it. So what you're going to do is fold this in half, right? Like this. Am I in frame? I'll move this little box of treats out of the way so I don't get that in the way. So after you've cut a bunch of circles out of your scraps, these are all scraps. These are all either things that I've printed that didn't print right. Yes, I was back on HP again today, and we're giving it one more try. So they're sending me more ink. I'm fine with that. So then you're just going to, this actually will work with 2 because it's wide enough, so I could get 2 out of that. So then I'm just going to take and get some glue, which I will use my art glitter glue. That works the best, I think, on the acetate. And my white magnolia candle is almost gone. I'm really sad because my daughter bought it for me while we were at Joann's in Vermont. They were on sale. And I went online to Joann's, and all the candles are still on sale, but they didn't have any of the white magnolia left. And it was a 3-wick, and it's a soy candle, so it doesn't like, there's no soot or anything. So it's nice, you know. I just really like it. And the smell is very, very soft. It's very nice. So then that's what you do. Okay, so then we're going to take this and we're going to just glue this, maybe. Oh Lord, I don't know why this would be not coming out because I had my pin in there. There we go. So then you're going to glue onto the paper like this. You're going to glue up the middle because you're going to cut that in half, and hopefully I won't cut right on it. And if I do, I can just put a little bit of glue there. This is just, you know, I figured there's 2 here. I might as well do both at the same time. But I make these up not all the time. I mean, you know, if I'm not busy with something else, I'll grab some of these scraps because I saved them in a specific container where I have all my round ones, you know, all the ones that I've punched that I think I can make these out of, these little specimen cards. So then we're going to put that in there. And you just don't want to get any glue here on your, you know, your circle. So then I'll just take a few of my rose petals. There's one. I love to send these to like in a little glassine envelope, you know, just one of those really tiny ones. When I send out like one of my pen pal letters, because these are from my garden and it's just fun to, you know, to have them. Oh, you guys, I have so many pictures. I'm so excited for them to come. I ordered 171 4x4s. A lot of nature, a lot of things that I set up myself. So we'll just go with that for now, because, yeah. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to close it up. And I am going to pinch it there. Let's get that up there a little bit more. Hold on one second. I don't want to get any glue on the cellophane, but I want to get that rose kind of in the middle. There we go. So yeah, with Shutterfly, all you have to do is ask them not to mess with your lighting or any of, you know, anything that you've, because sometimes it will say, you know, it won't photo properly because you've got it blurred in certain areas or whatever. But I've done that, so I don't want them to fix it. So I just tell them, leave it alone. Which, you know, they'll do unless you specify when you go through them. When you go through your pictures on Shutterfly, you can specify if you want to have them, you know, it'll have like this little mark and it'll say, you know, do you want to edit it? And you just bypass it so that they don't edit it. So you have, you know, the control. Because I spend a lot of time editing my photos and putting them in you know, different types of shadowing and things like that. Some I take and I make them like a sepia color or black and white, or I'll blur out certain sections. I wish I had something here to show you that I've already printed. I've held flowers up when I was away, and I took some of those and sent those out. So anyway, there you go. There are two really pretty specimen cards. And now let me just see if I can cut this in the middle. Now I know already I'm going to have to put some glue on this side because I cut that. But that's okay. It's fine. All you want to do is take it and run it right along this very, very edge. Like this. And then I have some specimen labels. You can get them from Tracy Fox or anyone on Etsy. I just get my specimen card, my little specimen labels from her. Because I like them. They come in all different colors and pastels. Or you don't have to put anything on it. You could just leave it the way it is. I just like to put like the specimen number or whatever on it. And there you go. You've got yourself. Now see, this is going to take a minute to set up. So where are my little clippies? Excuse my reach. This wasn't part of the plan, but why not, right? As long as I'm not going to go too far over my limit of 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep these short. So just take some clips or paper clips and just clip that down so the glue will set on that cellophane or acetate or whatever you happen to use. And you've got yourself a sweet little specimen card that took you, well, what did that take me? 5 minutes? I've got 2 of them. So there's one. Let me just get some glue into here. Push this rose here. I mean, I didn't do a real great job of placing them, but That's because I was kind of in a hurry, but let me just take this one out and move this little purple one here. I'll put this here, sort of like this. There we go. And I'm just going to run a little bit of glue, a very little bit, because I don't want to get it on that acetate or cellophane or whatever it is. And then I'm just going to clip that shut. So yeah, anytime you do a circle punch, doesn't matter what size. I even do these with the little ones. You know, when I use my 1 inch, or that is a 1 inch. Actually, the 2 inches are very nice. They come out really nice because they're nice and big. I'm just going to cut this little bit of white off right here because, you know, sometimes when you fold it, you've got a little bit of white there. And this all feels like it's stuck, but I'm just going to put that there anyway. So there you go. You've got 2 little pretty specimen cards. And it took 5 minutes. I'll just take these pieces of roses here and I'll put them in my little tray over here. My little dish. So this is how we make our circles. Just put my pin back in here because we don't need it anymore. And people don't, I know that a lot of people will take the lace and they'll take a piece of lace. So you can do it either way, but I like to use a template. But you could fold a piece of lace like this and just cut around like this, which is fine, but I like to use a template because that's just me. So all I do is I take my box here of what I have. So this is just a box of scraps, and I have some jars of scraps, but I'll just show you real quick. What I do is I'll take a piece of lace, and maybe we'll take some of this because it's, you know, it's got some heft to it. So let's see, we'll take a piece of this, and maybe is that doesn't look like it's wide enough. For your circles, you need a little bit of a wider lace or satin or fabric or what have you. This is just a bunch of little snippets I have. This is actually old seam binding of my mother-in-law's. It's pretty. I'll pull that out too. So let me just put this away. That's just something I keep near my desk. And that fell out. So all you're going to do is to do these, and then we'll do these, is I make a template. So let me just grab some cardstock. It just makes it, for me, it makes it so much easier. And I just cut, this is a 2-inch, I believe. Yes, this is a 2-inch circle. So you just need one. And then I do a 1-inch for the lace and fabric. Okay, that's all you have to do. And then you want to take whatever you're going to cut and you put it where you want it. Actually, I'm going to start down here because I want a lot of pieces of this. I just go like this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, kind of make it as round as, you know, as round as you can. You don't really want to be perfect anyway because you want it to look like a flower. So there's one piece. And you want to get as much out of it, so you want to move really close to that because, you know, you don't want to waste any of it. And save your little bits because, you know, you can use these in little snippets like Bella is doing. You always have room for snippets on your snippet rolls. I'm having a really good time doing my snippet rolls at night. So now I don't have a lot of room, so I'm going to go down to my 1-inch circle now, and I'm going to cut this right here. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, I just do this because, yeah, I just like knowing that, okay, there you go. And then I'll take this, and because it's so small, I'll just put it in my little dish, which is right. I just moved it out of the way. Oh, here it is. Oh, dear. Oops. Wrong one. There you go. I'm sorry about that. That was the right one. I just moved something out of the way. Okay, so then my little snippets will go in here. Okay, and I'll use those, you know, on something else. So now that I have that, I'll find some lace to go on top of it. So I have, maybe I'll do on top of the blue. Nope, you won't see the blue. So we'll maybe do something like that. And then we'll do something like, see something for a minute. Then I'll do another blue one, and I'll do a white one. And then I'll do, let's see, maybe underneath here, I'll do a white one. So I've got a white one, a blue one, a pinky blush color. I'll use another pinky blush color. And you can use as many or as little as you want. And then you could put this on for your top if you wanted to. And then you'd have your flower like this. But I actually like this for the top better. So I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to put this here. And then I'll put this little white one. Now I'll get a bigger white one. Here. And here. Like this. But you know what? I don't want to waste this white. I mean that real pretty one. So I'm just going to get a plain white one for in there. This is fabric. It's got like a little, you know, design on it. So I'll put that one on the bottom. And put, maybe I'll do a pink over that. Like this one. Perhaps. And then over this, I'll do that little tiny white one. And as you can see, I'm just picking through all my little circles that I have here. I have some 1 inch, I have some 1/2 inch, and then I have some, you know, bigger ones. So there you go. I'm going to peek this out a little bit. Actually, that looks smaller. I might put that on the bottom. Maybe I won't use that at all. I'll use this one. And then I'll put this one on top. I don't think I'm going to cover that up at all. And then I'm just going to take my buttons, which I have a few jars of buttons, but I'll grab down this one. I have a little tiny bag of baby buttons that I collect here. But I also have a jar of bigger buttons, which this could use a bigger button. This is pretty, this pink striped one. And it's got, you know, the pink laces. That might just be a little bit too pink for that blush. So let me just look in my jar and see what we have here. These are all vintage buttons that I got. This is not even close to the number of buttons that I got for $5. Ooh, see, now you could do something like this on the top. You know, just a piece. You don't have to do like a whole round circle. You could just do that one little piece. Or you could take and make this little like bow and put it on there like that. And I'm not going to stitch it right now together. I think you all know how to sew, because I want to get to the paper ones, and we're already at 31 minutes. I don't even know what color I want. That blush looks good. I'm trying to reach that one, which I think will look good. And that will go on there, but I might do something like this, you know, and then do this, and then, you know, put that there. And then you just sew it, and you have yourself a lacy, a real pretty, soft, very lacy flower for a snippet roll, or, you know, whatever you're making. Now, these are a little big for my particular snippet roll because I only have a 2-inch wide, or maybe it's 2.5 inches wide muslin that I'm working on. So these would be too big, but they're not too big for a journal. The flowers that I'm making for my snippet roll are this size. So, but these are paper. So I'm going to show you how I do the paper one. So this is the paper one. So now you know how to do the lace ones. The paper ones are just as fun and just as pretty. I'll just put my button jar back up where it belongs because I don't want to knock it over. And pick up my pieces of lace I just dropped on the floor because lace is valuable. I also made some of these out of book pages, which if you're going to make these, you need a scallop circle. So that's why I'm not showing this right now, because if you don't have a scallop circle punch or die cut, then these would be harder to make. So this is out of book page. And this is just a flat back, it's a flat back pearl that I painted gold. So, and there's the pearl, and there's another one, and this one, you know, I just painted some gold. This came that color, and I have the package of them. You get them at the Dollar Tree. They come on a, you know, on a sheet, and you just, oh, here they are. See, like that. And you can paint them any color you want. And I just painted some gold. And these came like that. That color. And you get a lot. I mean, you get a ton. There's 2 sheets of these in here. And they come in white, pink, silver, and this real peachy color. So that's that. And it's just book page. That's all that is. See? There's 1, 2, and then a little one. And they're just punches, and I just punched them out. And then I just keep them in this little bag that something came in that I don't remember what. But I keep them, when I finish them, I just pop them in here. And then I have them ready for whatever I'm going to use them for. And then these are so simple. All you're going to do is you're going to take and cut whatever you want for circles. So as you can see, I have cut some 2-inch circles, and I've cut some 1-inch circles, and I've cut some itty bitty circles, which are in here in case I wanted them. So I keep them separate. So I keep the 1-inch, and then whatever size that is, and whatever size that is. Okay, so then all you're going to do is you're going to take one of your pieces that you know, punched out. Here's some lace ones. Those are bigger. And they're just, like I said, you know, offcuts of things that either didn't print right, like these did not print right because I was having trouble with my printer. So I just punched holes in them like this. And then, like I said, just, you know, make sure that you keep those rounded pieces because then you can fold them and have real pretty, oops, I'm taking these off so you can see them. And then you have these pretty specimen little cards that you can tuck in a pocket. You could put a little grommet here and with your crocodile and hang it on a page. But see how simple those were? Very simple. Very, very simple. Oh, here they are. See? Now this one I could, you know, put something inside here. But yeah, so there's another one. So yeah. Okay, so how do I make these flowers? These are very simple and they're just so pretty. So I take my paper, let me grab something here, and I will just scrunch it up like so. And then I'll take another one and I'll scrunch that up. Like that. And let's see, how about, this is pretty. And this one. So you just scrunch them all up like that. And scrunch up as many as you want, as many different colors as you want. Just grab whatever you want, scrunch it up like this. Is still in? Good. And then I'm going to take some ink. You can take any color. And all I have on my desk right now is the velvet. So just kind of take your pieces that you've scrunched all up like that. Kind of roll them around in your hands and get them a little bit soft so that you can manipulate them back out again without them tearing. And I'm just going to take a quick drink of water and let those sit for just a second. Thank you. You could also take them like this and just put them, you know, on your countertop or your glass top or what have you, and just spritz them with water and leave them to dry. okay? And make sure they're completely dry. And then you can open them up. I very rarely do that because you don't really need to, because I just find that you don't. So you just want to pull it apart, but you don't want to pull it apart so much that you're going to flatten it back out again because you just scrunched it all up. And these look so pretty on a tag, or, you know, they're beautiful. I love them. And they're so easy to make. And the Prima flowers and things like that, they're very pretty, but they're expensive. I don't care what you say, but they're expensive. And you don't get all the variety of the different colors. And like this particular paper here that I cut circles out, I'm looking at it now, and this would be a great fall color. Wouldn't that be that would be just perfect for fall. And we've got fall coming up, so anyway, I'll just get the rest of these opened up a little bit fiddly. Pardon my fingers, by the way. I was working with HP again today, and they had me go inside where you pop in the ink. They had me take my ink cartridges out and go in with a wet towel, damp, which I've never done. I never knew you should. And she said, wipe out where those ink cartridges go in. There's like some little gold dots. You could not believe the amount of ink that came off of those dots. And then they had me wipe down the dots on the back of the ink cartridge. I have an HP photo printer, and it's always worked very, very good for me. I've never had anything but an HP photo printer. Oh my goodness. It's printing so good right now. So anyway, it's all fixed. But my hands are a mess. And I've tried to clean them and they won't clean. So then all you're going to do is you're going to just decide how you want to layer it. And you can put little dots in, you know, to make it raised up a little bit. Oh, wait. You want to ink the backs. So what I'm going to do is, I have this on my desk, so I'll just use this color, which is fine. I just want to go around and kind of ink it up a little bit because, yeah, you'll be like folding it up and stuff like that. But like I said, don't open them up so that they go flat again. You don't want that. There's another one. I love these flowers. I don't know if anybody else has ever done them like this. I really don't. This is just something that I did. So I'm sure that other people have done them this way. I'm going to edge this little lace here. I think this is Rach and Bella from Nana's Lace. I'm pretty sure that's a piece of that. And they ink up pretty quick. And I could have done this prior to, but I just wanted to show you the whole process. And the ink's going to kind of give it a little bit of a, you know, it's going to make it a little damp, not too much, but just enough. Because what I'm going to do next is, since I had them all inked up, and sometimes I use two colors. Like I'll use some pink and some yellow or whatever. Or I'll use a little bit of vintage photo and some pink. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of lightly scrunch them. This is called Mindless Watch Videos. listen to your audiobook, watch TV, and then just put all these in a bag or, you know, in a little container and just leave them until you feel like making flowers. And then you can just pull them apart to make a flower. So I'm just going to lightly pull this apart again, but I'm not going to pull it apart so much so that it makes it like straight or flat. Okay? Gosh, I went over 30 minutes again. My goodness. I don't know if I talk too much. And then all you're going to do is, I'm going to put this one here, this one here. I'll put this one here, and I will put, I think this one here, and maybe this one here. I don't want this one in there. I'll do this. And this. Nope, I don't like that with that one. That's the way I'll do it. Yes. So then all you're going to do is you're going to take your glue. You're going to put a dot here in the middle. I just did that the wrong way. And you're going to put that one on top of that one and just push it in the middle like this. And then put a dot of glue here. And I leave them fluffy like this because when they go in your journal, they will flatten a little bit, but not very much. Or when they go on your tag, the corner of your tag. So just, and this is why you want to ink it, because, you know, you can see it a little bit. Just hold that down in the middle. And then my little top piece. Do I want that or do I want a little lace piece? Let me just see what this lace piece looks like. I think I have two pieces here. I do. Well, it's kind of white. I'm going to go with this one. And then that's it for that part. Then you can take one of your flat back pearls or whatever you want. I don't have a flat back one right here, so I'm just going to use a regular one. These are from the Dollar Tree as well. Press that down. And I'm just going to put, oops. It's taking a lot longer to dry. I don't know why. And then I'm just going to add, I think I'll use this glue. For some reason, that's taken a lot longer to dry. I'll use my little art glitter glue for the middle of that. And I usually just let that sit for a minute and then I'll pop that in. And then I'm going to take some gold. And I just squeeze it out a little bit just to make sure it's going to come out so it doesn't just glob right on there. There we go. And now I'm just going to I'm going to bring it up so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to put like a little dot and run it around the edge like this. And if I get like a glob like that, I just spread it without squeezing the bottle. Now I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower because it's kind of hard to see it like that. See how I'm just going on the edge? Not all the way either. I'm not doing the whole flower. I'm just going here and there. Just highlighting some of the areas. Oops. And then you just let this sit and dry. It doesn't take long to dry, but if you do enough of them and put them into a container, then you just pull them out when you need them. So this is what you do with scraps. This is what Cheryl does with all of her circles. You could use book page too. Book page comes out very nice. And you can use, like I said, any color. And there's your flower. And I haven't put the little pearl inside of this one yet, but there's the two right there. That's it. That's my video for tonight. So we made the flower, and also we didn't put the button in the one that we made, but I will pull out, oh, and we made these, which I hadn't planned on, but we did. And let me pull out my flower that this is just another one that I made, different kind. Where's my little flower that I had my button in? And see, I even cut up like little pieces of fabric like that. You could use something like this, like I said, you know, in the middle of your flower. So if you did something sort of like this, well, you can't really see that pink, but if you did fabric, and maybe fabric there, and then, you know, did a small piece of lace here, and then put this here, you know, what you'd have to do is, you know, run a stitch through here to kind of puff it up a little bit, and then glue your little flower on the top. There it is. So there's that one. And so that's just sewn, you know, a little button. This is like a little piece of lace with like a little, this is just a little piece of snippet I had that I put underneath the button. And then there's that little piece of lace, a piece of white, some pink, more pink, fabric, blush, more pink, more fabric, and just layer it until you like it, and then sew your button on, and that's it. And voila, you've got your flower. So there we go for tonight. I've got these things all done. I'll put these all away back in my little muffin container when I'm done. And that's it for tonight. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope I've inspired you in some way to give it a try. And I'm going to just, because I'm here and I can, I'm going to put a little something right there so that I can put something in the middle, which maybe I'll use a pink one, unless I have a flat back over. Oops, I have a flat back over here. Well, I actually have a tiny little pink button. I'll use that. It's just a vintage button that I'm going to use. Press that down into the glue, and there you go. Okay, I hope you can see these, and I hope I stayed in frame the whole time. And until next time, be well, be safe, and God bless. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.